Hi there. So my name's Sarah Link. I'm a doctoral student in the Health Policy and Management department, and I'm also a RA at the MCH Workforce Development Center. And today I'm going to be doing a short little tutorial in Vensim. This is going to be pretty informal, so I might say and ah, but hopefully we'll get through it together. So I'm going to be replicating one of the diagrams that is in your current lecture that you're going to be listening to this week so that you can see how I built it. So I have Vensim open. As you can see, I'm going to start out by creating a new variable. So to do that, I go up here to the toolbar, I click this variable button, and then I come down here onto my workspace, I click once more. Now I can type in the variable's name. So I'm going to be doing a feedback loop about fragmentation of care and quality of care. So my first variable, I'm just going to type in the name, is fragmentation of care. And I hit enter and it is entered in right here. Okay, the next one that I'm going to enter in, I'm still in the variable check box, so I'm going to click again, type in quality of care, and last of all, I'm going to type in number of professionals serving a patient. Actually, let's make that providers. I can't quite remember how this is phrased in the lecture, but we'll get close enough here. Okay, so now I have my three starting variables that I'm going to be drawing a feedback loop for. So I need to put some arrows in. To do that, I'll click on this arrow button up here. I'll click on the variable that I want the arrow to come from. You can see it's already starting to draw it. And then I click on the variable that I want it to end at. And then I can change the shape of the variable by clicking on this little see-through circle in the middle of the arrow. I'm going to make a loop, so I'm going to just kind of arch it up like this. And now I'll do that again for this next one. So I'm going from quality of care over to number of providers. And then again, I'll arch that so it makes it more of a circle. And then finally, I'm going to put an arrow from number of providers to fragmentation of care and turn that into a circle. Okay. Now, I want to denote what kinds of relationships all of these are. So to do that, I will go to this Move Size button and right-click, or if you're on a Mac, double-click on this arrow. It's easiest to click on the arrow's head, otherwise it's pretty hard to target it. So now this list of options comes up, and you can see there are all sorts of different ways you can change the arrow. You can put on a delay mark, you can make it a particular color if you want to, you can make it thicker or dashed or double, you see by clicking any of these boxes, and you can indicate the polarity or the direction of the relationship using these. So this is going from fragmentation of care to quality of care. I'd say that as fragmentation of care increases, the quality of care decreases, so I'm going to make it an opposite relationship. I could also put a minus sign in, and that would mean the same thing, but I'm going to use an O. And then you can also change where this O is going to show up on the arrow. So if you're creating a diagram and for some reason your polarity indicators are getting hidden, you can change these around to see if maybe it'll show up better. Okay, so I'm going to hit OK, see it shows up right there. Now I'm going to do that with this next one. So quality of care, as that decreases, probably the number of providers serving a patient is going to increase as we try and figure out what's going wrong with this person. Maybe we want to get them on an intensivist. Maybe we get them back into primary care. So as quality of care decreases, the number of providers increases. That's another opposite relationship. for this last one, as the number of providers serving a patient increases, the fragmentation of care probably also increases. So that's a same marker. So again, I'm double-clicking or right-clicking on this head right here. So double-clicking with 2 fingers if you have a Mac, and right-clicking if you have not a Mac. Okay, now I want to put in a loop in the center with an indicator to say what kind of loop this is. To do that, I'm going to click this comment button. So this is a same, opposite, opposite. This is a reinforcing loop. So I'm going to click right in the center here with the comment tool chosen. I'm going to type in an R right here for reinforcing loop, and then this loop goes clockwise, so I'm going to select that option. If I wanted to do a balancing loop, I'd type in a B here, and I could also change the direction that the loop is rotating. You can also change a lot of other things. If you don't want, this to be a loop, you can also just use the comment button to type in little notes to yourself. You can change the color of the font, you can change the qualities of the writing or the text size. You can change a lot of things. Okay, but this is just letting me know it's a reinforcing loop with a clockwise direction. Ta-da! Okay, so let's say that I made a mistake, which happens all the time, and I want to delete something. So to do that, you might have seen I come up here, I click on the trash can, the delete button, and then I click on the thing that I want to delete, just like that. And let's see, I can also use the move/size hand to move my variables around. Maybe I think this diagram's too big, I want to make it all a little closer together. You can also use it to just kind of generally resize your arrows. It's the most versatile tool in your toolbar. Finally, you may want to lock, then all of the movement stops and you can see what it's going to look like when you cut and paste. When you want to turn this into, let's say, a picture to submit in your homework, you can select it like this. See that little box I'm drawing around? That's going to be the size of your picture. And then I can hit the copy button and it'll copy it to my clipboard for me to paste somewhere else. You can also, if you want to, you can use the Control-A command and it will automatically select the tightest possible box that contains all of your diagram, and then you can hit the copy button and paste it somewhere else. And you see there's also a cut button and a paste button. You're hopefully familiar with what those do. I may have some more buttons than you have because I have a different version, but for creating causal loop diagrams, I'd say for now ignore all of this. Ignore all of this. This is for more intense modeling. This and this are for stock and flow modeling. We won't cover that in this course. And then these, again, are for more advanced modeling, except for that comment button. Okay, so today in this short little tutorial, we talked about creating variables with this button. We talked about drawing arrows between them with this button. We talked about putting in the loop titles or loop markers with this button. We talked about moving and sizing variables, arrows, etc. With this button right here, and then locking your diagram so that you can see what it'll look like. One final note, if you need to edit your variable names, it's usually easiest to click on that variable button and then click on this, and then you can change it and do anything you like. Great! Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was helpful.